Hello everyone. In this video we'll explain about problems on single block brake. It comes under module 4 according to VTU syllabus. Chapter name Design of Clutches and Brakes. Before that, let me tell you what is a brake. Brake is a mechanical device used to control the motion by absorbing kinetic energy of a moving body. These are broadly classified into mechanical brakes, hydraulic brakes, pneumatic brakes, and electrical brakes. But in your syllabus, you need to study only about mechanical brakes. These mechanical brakes are further classified into block brake, band and block brake, and the last one, internal expanding shoe brake. But again, according to VTU syllabus, you have only block brake and band brake. So here first figure it indicates a block brake, whereas second figure it indicates a band brake. In block brake there will be one rotating disc. Surrounding to this disc there will be one or more number of blocks. These blocks are connected to one lever and we are applying force onto this lever. So when you apply force onto this lever, these blocks will be pressed over this rotating element. As a result, kinetic energy of this rotating disc will be absorbed by the block. As a result, motion will be controlled. In band brake, these blocks are replaced by a band. This band is connected to lever. We are applying force onto this lever. When you apply force, this band will be pressed firmly over rotating element. As a result, motion will be under control. Moving on to block brake first. Different forces acting on block brakes are: at one end of this lever we are applying one force F. This is the controlling force F. Since this block is pressed over rotating element, there will be one normal reaction Fn between block and this wheel. Since wheel is rotating, there will be one tangential force Ft as shown in diagram between block and wheel. So totally there are three types of forces. One is applied force, normal force Fn, and tangential force Ft. Under this block brake there are three cases. First case, line of action of Ft passes through center of fulcrum. So here this is the center of drum or disc, and the position of fulcrum and Ft, if we consider, this Ft passes through center of fulcrum. So this is the first case. This first case, it can be again divided into two types depending on the direction of rotating of disc. If disc is rotating in one direction, you have to choose one particular equation. If the disc is rotating in anti-clockwise direction or counterclockwise direction, you have to select some other equation. All the equation needed for this chapter are available under chapter number 13 in your data and book, starting from page number 264. So here, whenever question is given, I told you there are three cases. Identify which is the given case. After identifying the case, then choose right equation from data and book, substitute all the values. Moving on to second case. In second case, line of action of Ft is in between fulcrum and center of drum. So in this diagram you can see fulcrum is located here, center of drum is here, and Ft, it lies in between fulcrum and center of drum. So that is the second case, and here the distance between Ft and fulcrum, that is indicated with help of letter C. And the last case, in last case fulcrum is in between center of drum and Ft. So this diagram if you consider, you can see here fulcrum is located in between center of drum and Ft. So these are the three cases. Whenever question is given, identify the given question comes under which category or which case. After that, select right equation from data and book. Moving on to first problem. A single block brake is shown in figure. The drum diameter is 250 mm. contact angle is 90 degree. If an operating force of 700 Newton is applied at the end of lever and coefficient of friction is 0.35, determine the torque value that can be sustained by the brake. This diagram is given in question. First, refer this diagram and refer page number 267 in data and book. In page number 267, there are 3 diagrams which indicates 3 cases of block brakes. In first diagram, Ft passes through center of fulcrum. Second case or second diagram, Ft is in between fulcrum and center of drum. You can refer your data and book. In third diagram, fulcrum lies in between Ft and center of drum. So this diagram, if you consider, Ft, it lies in between, this diagram if you consider, fulcrum, it lies in between Ft and center of drum. So this case, it matches with third diagram in page number 267. It matches with third diagram because in third diagram, fulcrum lies in between Ft and center of drum. It is very important to identify the given diagram. It matches with whether diagram first, diagram 2 or diagram 3. It's very important to identify the case. After that, compare this diagram with diagram in data and book, third diagram, figure C. Note down different values. This 200 mm is B. This is from data and book. This 250 is A. This 50 mm is C. And according to question, contact angle is 90 degree. So this internal angle is contact angle. We'll denote it as 2 theta. Remember, it's not theta, it is 2 theta. So 2 theta is equal to 90 degree. And drum diameter is given 250 mm. Operating force, applied force, it's given 700 Newton. Coefficient of friction is given 0.35. We have to find out what is the torque that can be sustained by the brake. So since here 2 theta value is given, first identify what is theta. So theta value will be 90 by 2. Theta is 45 degree here. Next important thing is, if 2 theta value is equal to or greater than 90 degree, we have to find out what is mu dash or f dash. Mu dash we can find out using equation number 13.16 m. Equation is mu dash is equal to mu into 4 sin theta divided by 2 theta plus sin 2 theta. Here mu is given in question 0.35. Theta value is 45 degree. Here in sin theta, theta should be in degrees, whereas here in 2 theta, theta should be in radian. So we can substitute all the values now. 0.35, 90 degree, and here theta in radian. Substitute all the values, you will get mu dash. Remember this step is very important. We have to find out mu dash first whenever 2 theta is equal to or greater than 90 degree. After that, I told you have to refer page number 267. Identify which figure you have to consider. You have to consider figure C because fulcrum lies in between center of drum and Ft. So this is by comparing diagram given in question with diagram present in data and book. After that, we have to conduct calculation for clockwise rotation and also for counterclockwise rotation. First, let me complete calculation for counterclockwise rotation. Next, very important thing is, under figure 3 or in front of figure 3 in data and book, there are 2 equations, one for clockwise rotation, one for counterclockwise rotation. It's very important to select right equation out of those 2 equations. So every time you should not select clockwise equation for clockwise rotation. It changes sometimes. I will tell you how exactly we have to select right equation. So first, let me complete calculation for counterclockwise rotation. So this diagram, if you consider, in this diagram, I am considering counterclockwise first. So direction of rotation is counterclockwise. So this direction is towards upside and direction of force is towards downside. So the direction of rotation and force direction are opposite to each other. Now refer figure C in data and book. In figure C, clockwise direction of disc and direction of force are opposite to each other. I am telling you again. In this figure, counterclockwise direction and F are opposite to each other, but in figure C, clockwise direction and direction of force are opposite to each other. Since these two directions will match each other, we have to select for counterclockwise rotation, we have to select equation number 13.17D. So I am selecting equation number 13.17D for counterclockwise rotation. In this equation, F is applied force. This is given in question. Ft is unknown. All other dimensions are known. We have to substitute mu dash here, not mu value. Since 2 theta is greater than 90 degree, we have to substitute mu dash here. All other values are known. Ft is unknown. We will get Ft as 553.136. Then calculate torque value. Torque is given by Ft into R, where R is radius of drum. Diameter of drum is 250. So radius will be 125. You will get torque value as 69,142 Newton mm. Next, consider clockwise rotation. In clockwise rotation, again this diagram if you consider, I am considering clockwise rotation. In clockwise rotation, this is the direction of rotation. In this direction, downward direction. Force is also acting in downward direction. That means direction of rotation and direction of force are same. Now refer diagram in data handbook. In data handbook, for counterclockwise direction, counterclockwise rotation, the direction of rotation and applied force will match each other. I am repeating it again. Here for clockwise rotation, the direction of rotation and direction of force. Force is acting towards downward direction. It is rotating in clockwise direction. So these two directions will match each other. Next refer data handbook. In data handbook, for counterclockwise direction, direction of rotation and direction of force will match each other. Therefore, we have to select for clockwise, we have to select counterclockwise equation. The equation is equation number 13.17E. Again, in this equation, we have to substitute mu dash. F value is given in question. Only Ft is unknown. Find out what is Ft. You will get Ft as 670.954 Newton. After getting Ft, calculate torque value using Ft into R. So I am having two torque values, one for clockwise rotation, one for counterclockwise rotation. Out of these two torque value, select bigger torque value as sustainable torque. So the final answer is 83.869 kilonewton mm. So moving on to second problem. Block brake diagram is given. It's to balance a torque of 500 Newton meter. So this torque value is given in question. T is given. Drum shaft at 1000 rpm, N value is given. Assuming coefficient of friction between block and drum is 0.25, 2 theta is less than 60 degree. So we need not calculate mu dash. Only if it is greater than 90 degree we have to find out mu dash. Here mu dash is not required. Determine tangential force, normal force, force applied to brake for clockwise rotation and counterclockwise rotation, and dimension C required to make the brake self-locking, assuming all other dimensions will remain same, and also find out heat generated. We have total 5 sub-questions. So moving on to first sub-question, or we'll refer diagram first. This diagram is given in question. Identify whether this diagram matches with figure A or figure B or figure C in page number 267. So that one you can identify by comparing the position of fulcrum and FT. So in this diagram, FT lies in between fulcrum and center of drum. So it matches with diagram B in page number 267. So after comparing this diagram, note down all given values. B value is 250, A is given, C is 50 mm, diameter is given, torque value is given in question, N RPM is given, mu is 0.25, coefficient of friction 2 theta is less than 60 degree. First sub question, you have to find out Ft value, tangential force. So we know the equation torque is equal to Ft into R. This is equation number 13.15G or 13.16E in your data handbook. So torque value is given in question, diameter is given, so you can find out radius. So find out Ft value, you will get Ft as 2000 Newton. Second sub question, you have to find out Fn, normal reaction. To find out Fn, you can refer very next equation 13.16F. Equation is Fn is equal to 2T divided by mu into D. All the values are known, find out Fn value. So third sub question is, you have to find out applied effort. For that you have to refer page number 267, diagram B, as I already told. Consider figure B because Ft lies in between fulcrum and center of drum. Then identify which equation to be used. First we'll consider clockwise rotation. In clockwise rotation, the direction of rotation and direction of force are opposite to each other. Now refer diagram in page number 267, second figure, figure B. In figure B, for clockwise rotation, the direction of rotation and force are opposite to each other. Therefore, you have to select clockwise equation for clockwise rotation. Equation is equation number 13.17b. In this equation, all the values are known. Substitute, you will get F for clockwise rotation. In counterclockwise rotation, here during counterclockwise rotation, direction of rotation is upward direction. Direction of force, it is also upward. That means direction of force and direction of rotation are same. Then refer data handbook. In data handbook also, for counterclockwise rotation, the direction of rotation and direction of force are same. Therefore refer equation, consider equation 13.17c. From 13.17c, you can find out F needed for counterclockwise rotation. Next sub question, dimension C needed to make brake self-locking, assuming other dimensions will remain the same. First, assume drum is rotating in clockwise direction. Therefore select equation for clockwise. But the condition for self-locking is, without applying any external force, the block has to stop. The brake rotating element or disc has to stop. That means F value should be equal to or less than 0. So here this is the equation for F. That one should be less than or equal to 0. Its meaning is that without applying any force, that means F value should be 0. Without applying any force, the rotating element has to stop. That is the meaning of self-locking. So after simplification, this term will vanish. So I will get 1 by mu should be less than or equal to C by B. Substitute all the values. You have to find out C value. All other dimensions B and mu will remain same. So after simplification, you will get C should be greater than 1000. So this is the condition for self-locking. If C is greater than 1000 mm, self-locking will occur. So last sub question, heat generated, you can find out using equation number 13.24a. Equation is mu PA into velocity, where P into A is Fn, normal reaction. This normal reaction value I already have from step number 2. And to find out velocity, you can use equation pi dn by 60,000. Diameter is known, RPM is known. So substitute D and N, you will get heat generated 52.36 kilojoule per second. So sometimes if Fn is unknown, they will give you pressure value, they will give you area, or rectangle block they will mention its width and its both dimensions they will give, so that you can calculate area of rectangle. Pressure value will be given in question. So using that method also you can find out heat generated. One last question. Single block brake with torque capacity of 250 Newton meter is shown in figure. Brake drum rotates at 100 rpm and mu is 0.35. Calculate actuating force and hinge pin reaction, rate of heat generated, and dimensions of block. In this question, intensity of pressure is given 1 megapascal. Length of the block is twice the width. This diagram is given. So here first question you can complete. Actuating force F value how to find out. Before that, identify whether this is diagram, it matches with diagram A, B or C. So in this question, Ft will be acting here, lies in between center of drum and fulcrum. Since Ft lies in between center of drum and fulcrum, it matches with diagram B in data handbook. First, we'll calculate actuating force. To find out actuating force, identify which equation you have to use. For clockwise rotation, so according to this question, drum is rotating in clockwise direction, force is acting towards downward direction, so direction of rotation and force are opposite to each other. In data handbook, for clockwise direction of rotation and force direction are opposite to each other, so you have to select clockwise equation only. So the clockwise equation is equation number 13.17b. In this equation, Ft value is unknown. You can find out Ft value using T is equal to Ft into R. Torque is given, find out Ft value. So after calculating Ft value, substitute in this F equation, you will get F value 1303.6 Newton. After calculating F value, I have to calculate pin reaction. So here different forces acting are, there will be one normal force, there is one applied force F in vertical direction, and at this fulcrum point there will be one normal reaction Fx, there will be one vertical reaction acting downward which is Fy. Apart from this, there will be one Ft also. Ft will be acting in the direction of rotation. So the different forces are, one is Fn, F, Ft, Fy and Fx. To calculate pin reaction, first equate all the forces in vertical direction. So the forces acting in vertical directions are Fn, F and Fy. So equate all the forces. F value is known, Fn value is also known, Fy is unknown. So you can consider this step, F plus Fy minus Fn is equal to 0. You will get Fy value. Similarly, equate all the forces in horizontal direction. Forces acting in horizontal directions are, one is Ft, second one Fx. So Ft is equal to Fx. You will get Fx value. To get resultant pin reaction, Fr is equal to square root of Fx square plus Fy square. You will get resultant pin reaction. Next, rate of heat generated. So here Fn value is known. V velocity can find out using pi d n by 60,000. So using equation number 13.24a, you can find out what is the heat generated. Last sub question, you have to find out dimensions of block. So dimensions you can find out using these two terms. I told you Fn is equal to P into AF. In this equation, P into area is equal to Fn. Here Fn value is known, pressure is given in question. Assume block is of rectangular shape and since it is rectangle, its area will be length into breadth, and one condition is given, length is twice the breadth. Therefore P into L is equal to 2B into B. This F1 value I already have from step number 1. Substitute all the values. You will get B as 42.26 mm and length twice the breadth, so 84.52 mm. So to find out dimensions of block, you have to use equation P into A is equal to Fn, where Fn you can calculate using equation 2T divided by mu into D. You will get Fn value. So that completes different problems under block breaks, single block break. You can refer my notes for more problems. Thank you.